Tonight on The Proof Is Out There. Is the dead creature in this video an experiment gone wrong?
What the heck is this?
Is this video of UFOs flying in formation real or fake?
Holy.
And what did this pilot see in the sky above Mexico?
That is a unidentified flying object, bro. It's pulsating too, man. That is nuts.
Around the globe are videos,
What the heck is this?
photos, and sounds that defy explanation.
Is it some kind of unidentified object?
A plane that was literally frozen in the air.
What are they?
Some sort of bizarre mutation.
Extraordinary claims need extraordinary proof.
I'm Tony Harris, and as a journalist for more than 30 years, I've followed the facts where they take me. Now I'm bringing that spirit of investigation to the world's strangest sounds and images. We'll analyze each one with top experts
It's a credible case, it's a credible video.
and pass a verdict on what it is.
This video was clearly fake.
The Proof starts now. Hi, everyone. Boy, have we been busy. We've been collecting and analyzing some very strange videos, and we're ready to issue some verdicts on what they are. First up, a macabre discovery that led to theories of secret experiments, cover-ups, and mutant monkeys. It's a breezy February afternoon in Charleston, South Carolina. Erica Constantine is walking her dog River on a local beach when she sees something lying on the sand.
What the heck is this?
Take a good look. It appears to be the grisly remains of a strange creature. Mostly rotting bones, what could have been legs or flippers, razor-sharp teeth, and no eyes. Beyond that, Erica can only wonder. I mean, what would you think?
I was like, holy, I just found something weird.
A theory emerges that the creature had escaped from a facility on a nearby island. It's called Morgan Island, but it has a nickname, Monkey Island.
In the 1970s, the United States government imported thousands of rhesus monkeys from Puerto Rico and placed them onto the island.
The monkeys were released into the wild to breed and occasionally rounded up to be test subjects at a U.S. government lab. A lab that was trying to develop cures for various diseases, but nearby residents said there was more to it.
Locals in the town have this belief that the lab is the site of some pretty intense biological weapons testing, that the government might be engaging in genetic experiments to mutate these monkeys.
Decades later, there are 4,000 monkeys there. And reportedly, they display strange behavior like burial rituals for their dead, as if they've evolved. A few years back, one even turned up in someone's yard 7 miles away.
Of course, when anything does wash up on shore, you're going to have people automatically say it must be from this island that the government owns and it's a big secret no one's allowed to visit. It's kind of a mysterious place.
What the heck is this?
So what is going on in South Carolina? Our rule here is to keep an open mind while taking a hard, honest look at these videos. So we pulled in 2 top biologists to analyze the footage, and this is what they turned up. Dr. Shay Conger is a marine biologist. The first thing she did was try to figure out if it really was a monkey.
This animal has the skeletal structure of a primate. There's a population of several thousand of these animals in a nearby location on Morgan Island. It's not totally implausible that one could wash up on a beach nearby.
Conger uses something called dentition analysis, the study of the teeth. Look closely at the premolars and molars in back.
You can see that there's a triangular shape to these. If this were a primate, we would expect that these would be more square-shaped. That's what leads me to deduce that this is maybe not a primate.
So even though the skeleton looks like a monkey, the teeth say it's something else. A seal or sea lion seems logical, but Conger says those bones mean only one thing: legs, not flippers. Conger has another theory.
This, as a whole, looks very much to me like a small carnivorous mammal.
That means it could be a raccoon or a coyote. But when our other expert, wildlife biologist Lucy Eckersley, focuses on the skull, she suggests it could be something way more exotic.
So this could be something really interesting. It could be a big cat species, maybe something like a leopard.
That may sound like a stretch, but Eckersley says the cheekbone might be feline because of its flatness.
Looking at the teeth and the zygomatics, the cheekbones, that look like it could be mummified remains of a leopard that have been swept up in a weather event and moved somewhere else down the coast.
But what is a leopard, an animal native to Africa and Asia, doing on a beach in South Carolina? One theory, it fell off a boat. It's happened before. Decades ago, a giraffe reportedly drowned in the waters near Brooklyn, New York, while trying to escape from a ship heading to a zoo. Another possibility? Looking at the Atlantic currents, a dead leopard may have floated up from one of those wildlife ranches in Florida. But after further review, Eckersley agrees with Conger. Because of a pronounced snout, it's more likely to be something like a coyote. To know for sure, we'd need a DNA test. But Erica says the remains of the creature were destroyed by animal control.
That's only going to add to the conspiratorial fire, right? People are automatically going to go to, this must be a cover-up.
Okay, folks, so is it proof or not? Well, it's not a mutant monkey or a seal. That initial take on the cheekbone had us thinking leopard, but our verdict, coyote. As they say, you never know what the tide will bring in. Next, we want to show you a video that blew up social media, a series of UFOs over Miami. But we want to know, is it real? Miami, Florida, in June of 2020. A man on the balcony of a downtown high-rise appears to capture something in the sky, and it's jaw-dropping.
Wow, no bull. Here's a sky over here, downtown, my house, my hand. What the is that? Holy.
Let's push in on that. At first glance, I'm gonna say it looks like a triangular craft rimmed by 5 lights. But a closer look reveals there's a 6th light, and one light is much brighter. And then...
Oh, what is that? What the...
The lights fan out like they are 6 different craft. As the witness continues his play-by-play, they zoom off into space at warp speed.
Oh, wait, bye.
Author and journalist Alexis Brooks has written and spoken extensively about UFOs.
So the question becomes, could this be a UFO? There are a lot of people having a lot of sightings, particularly in more recent years. In fact, it's been known that a sighting is reported every 8 seconds globally.
The lights remind some of another weird phenomenon. For decades, orbs called the Hesdalen lights have been seen over Norway, sometimes hovering, sometimes shooting off at speeds estimated at 20,000 miles per hour. Always silent, the Hesdalen lights have been known to sterilize soil near where they are sighted. Explanations include UFOs or an anomaly caused by gases released from the Earth. Yet the Miami footage is more orderly, really like UFOs flying in formation. It quickly goes viral.
What is that? Oh, wait, bye. Whoa, it's incredible. Wow.
So what accounts for the strange lights? We have 2 video experts ready to weigh in. Forensic video analyst Michael Primo examines video evidence for court cases. And he doesn't just focus on what we're seeing, but also on what we're hearing.
When we investigate these types of recordings, we detect that there is a human reaction time where the brain needs to essentially catch up. And in this particular case, we don't see any kind of reaction time to a unnatural phenomenon such as this.
Downtown, my house, my hand.
It's almost as if the operator knows exactly what's going to happen when it happens. He's reacting almost perfectly. There is no reaction time.
Oh, wait, bye.
Then he instantly says, okay, bye, and then he pans away from it. It's very strange. I would expect that an operator doesn't simply move away after they see something like that. They stay focused on it.
Mark D'Antonio, another video analyst with a degree in astronomy, pointed out something else. Look at how the UFOs move compared to the background when the camera shakes.
As we step through this frame by frame, the clouds move and the object doesn't move with the clouds. The object, frame by frame, is changing position while the clouds are more gently moving in one direction. This is evidence of bad tracking, it's called, and it's a process by which we put fake things into real footage to make it look real.
And the biggest red flag of all, how could a cluster of UFOs appear over downtown Miami and only one guy notice?
Where are the other witnesses? We had one.
The man who says he made the video declined our request for an interview. Turns out you can overlay orbs on video with a simple smartphone app. Our verdict is hoax, one that muddies the water for people really trying to study UFOs. We'll call them out when we see them. This next video requires a serious look. It comes to us from a pilot with nearly 30 years of commercial and military experience. He knows what should and shouldn't be flying around up there. And what he caught on camera can't be dismissed. March 19th, 2020. We're in the skies over Monterrey, Mexico, on a cargo plane headed to Memphis, Tennessee. About an hour into the flight, while Captain Eric Delgado is enjoying his dinner, something catches his eye. He pulls out his device and records this.
Oh man, that is phenomenal, dude. I'm so glad you saw that. And you saw it drop out of the sky and just stop?
I thought it was a shooting star. Then it just stopped.
This is awesome, man. And it's pulsating too, man. That is nuts.
Captain Delgado says this thing dropped straight down from above and hit his plane with some kind of spotlight.
It looked like a lighthouse in some thin fog as it's turning. So that really got my heart going.
No doubt a UFO shining a light on your plane would be a terrifying moment.
Not that could have been a safety issue because initially this thing is turning into us, and then it decided to park itself off our left wing too.
The glowing orb maintains its position, pacing the plane. Delgado says it stayed there for 25 minutes before darting off at a sharp angle.
At that point, the fear was gone, and then it was just, I was flabbergasted. It was just wonderment, I guess.
And there's more. This is the part of Mexico where Delgado saw the UFO. It's a short flight from central Mexico's zone of silence, a weird place that locals say blocks radio transmissions and where UFOs have been seen for centuries. And check out this video, similar objects recorded by the Mexican Air Force in 2004.
I guess now I can definitively say we are not alone.
He's a pulsating orb. Look at that, dude. Look at that.
So what's the story down in Mexico? We passed Captain Delgado's video on to some top aviation and video analysts, and you need to hear what they have to say. We turn back to Mark D'Antonio, who has spent 15 years doing image and video analysis. He first wanted to check if this orb could actually be the planet Venus, which is sometimes mistaken for a UFO.
Number one, Venus doesn't move around in the sky like they saw it. And this object shone a light inside the cockpit of the aircraft. Planets don't have spotlights on them.
So could it have been a meteor or a piece of space junk? Fun fact, there are about 130 million pieces of junk in our orbit. But look at how this meteor leaves a long tail, and only for a few seconds. That's not what this thing does. Aviation expert Tim McMillan.
Meteors fly into the atmosphere, at a speed of 25,000 to more. You don't have something that's following you for 30 minutes. We can scratch that off the list. That's not going to be a good explanation.
McMillan is equally convinced this was not another plane.
If you'd had another plane that was flying in the vicinity, it would be operating the lights that are on either wing. So your green and red lights, anybody who's looked up in the sky has seen those blinking. And so you don't see anything else but that.
Now, at 576 miles an hour, we can also rule out drones, because there is no drone that I know of that goes 576 miles an hour at 37,000 feet.
And of course, other aircraft are supposed to show up on radar. But look at what happens when Delgado pans to the cockpit monitors.
There's weather about 40 miles off our left wingtip where this thing seems to have disappeared.
It may be the most inexplicable part of this whole incident. The orb never appears on Delgado's collision avoidance system or air traffic control's radar.
You would see, if there was another aircraft in the vicinity where they're looking, which is in this region, you'd see a plane on this. So we don't see that, but so there's definitely not another aircraft.
You now have a case that's really, truly mysterious. This looks like there's mystery here.
That was a UFO. You can look at the footage and form your own opinions. I'm not the story. The footage is the story.
So, America, time for the answer. Is it proof or not? Well, it's not a planet. There are no wings, and Delgado said it followed him. Now, we didn't see any evidence of the spotlight he described, but our verdict? A UFO, which is technically any unidentified flying object. Our final video is from a major news event. But while the story is recent, the image suggests something truly ancient. It's a sunny summer day in Beirut, Lebanon. A stash of fireworks accidentally ignites, and then this. What you've just seen is an explosion at a warehouse containing 2,700 tons of highly combustible ammonium nitrate caused by those fireworks. The massive explosion can be heard for 100 miles and makes headlines around the world. But it's what happened next that caught our attention. A photographer snaps a photo of the smoke.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
As we get closer, we see what many people describe as two eyes, a gaping mouth, and a tail. It looks like a leering, demonic face. We return to Alexis Brooks, who covers the unexplained, and asked her to research eyewitness accounts of the event.
A number of individuals representing a variety of age groups, but all living in the area, all saw the image and all felt inherently that this image represented an evil that they feel is around them.
Natural phenomenon or not, this isn't the first time people have reported evil faces near catastrophic events. In 2020, a devil-like face was reported in the wildfires raging across Australia. There was this demonic face in the smoke above the Notre Dame Cathedral fire. But perhaps the most haunting was this face. I don't have to tell you the date or the place. So the question becomes, how unusual are these demon cloud formations? Is there a scientific explanation, or are other forces at work? Our experts, renowned theoretical physicist Dr. Michio Kaku and atmospheric scientist Dr. Deanna Hentz, have been digging into this mystery.
Anytime you have a plume of extremely hot air moving up in the atmosphere, you can end up with these pockets where there is no smoke or where there is smoke, and that can lead to all sorts of funny shapes.
According to Hentz, the holes that look like eyes and a mouth can be explained by the motion of heated gases from the explosion. Dr. Kaku says that after seeing shapes similar to eyes and a mouth, our brains do the rest.
When I see these fantastic images that look like something spectacular in clouds, I realize that this is probably something called pareidolia.
Pareidolia is the tendency for your mind to see a face or other familiar shapes in a random or unrelated object.
We see it because our brain is hardwired for seeking patterns. It seeks out patterns even when there's no patterns. It was good for our evolution because 9 times out of 10, there was nothing there. But 1 time out of 10, there really was a tiger hiding in the bushes, and it saved your life.
Okay, so we've heard from our experts, and they say the face in Beirut was made by the gases in the explosion. The verdict? This is a natural phenomenon. but there are certainly plenty of true believers out there who feel these images are proof of evil forces at work. And that's our show for tonight. We want to hear from you about these videos, what you think of them, and which ones you think we should feature next. So drop us a line. I'm Tony Harris, reminding you to keep those cameras rolling.